It's one video I wanted to watch. It's one. React Slop. It's this. It's this video is kind of stupid. I want to just rack on this guy for probably being. I just want to show you the fucking video because it's garbage, and I have to show you this. You know me, I like slop. I'm a big fan of slop. I love slop. One of my favorite things about this stupid meta game is how easy it is to throw out garbage. And you know what? I'm supportive of throwing out trash. I'm trying to like add like a source, and I'm doing it wrong. Yellow on top. There's one particular video that triggered me to do this. One video that I was saying, oh, they're wrong about this video. It's like TV Army. This isn't pertaining to Pokemon or anything, but I wanted to watch it because it's fucking funny to me and it's hilarious. It's really fucking funny. I want to just fucking look at this guy's fucking hair. Like it's so bad. I have to show you this. Like this guy looks like he's Queen Capture. What the fuck is it? Am I like I'm rusty on OBS. There we go. This is it. Window capture. Where the fuck's the Firefox? Where's the fucking oh my god. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So no, that's not what I wanted to. Not what okay. Not the tab I wanna. Alright, this fucking thing. Look at this egregious fucking thumbnail. It's implying that they're both wrong. That's what I get out of this thumbnail. They're implying that they're both wrong and why this idiot, this schmuck with probably Reddit energy is right. And I'm a big advocate for shitting on this fucking stupid ass game. And I'm gonna shit on it with you guys because fuck this game. Game sucks. Like it's a really bad game, and I know you hate it. Well, I like it. I like reaction slop. My favorite thing to partake in and is this. And it's this. It's like it's a reaction of a reaction of a reaction. And that's why it's gonna be funny. Because I have like takes on this game that no one has or anybody is willing to have. And plus my takes are funny, so I guess hope. Yes, I don't know. I got your Pokemon footage here. Any of you lack of brain cells, you have that to watch. If you want to ignore me yap about a game I used to be passionate about. So we're gonna watch this this garbage. Somebody made a video, TB Army, Duel Links fucking slop channel. We're gonna watch this guy. So this guy has 4.2k subscribers, obviously bigger than me. But we're gonna see what is it? What's this video say? What's the video say? This is Loom is wrong about Farfa's Duel Links video. And we're gonna see why he's wrong about it. So apparently this is probably a Farfa dick rider. We have no fucking idea. We're gonna click it.
Farfa made.
Oh my god. So this guy's obviously a Farfa dick rider. And volume's loud. I fucked it up. Sorry about that. I fucking broke ears. I apologize. But this video is trash. Gonna do this because damn it, I can't do it. Fuck. I'm on this thing. Okay, so this guy made a video on this kid. I'm gonna show him why they're both stupid and genuine idiots about the game. 40 minutes. We're gonna like go out where I got to all of it, but just a little bit of it so I get bored.
Farfa made a brand new video about the decline.
Oh my god.
And how Duel Links is for a returning player. And Loom, another big Duel Links content creator,
yeah, it says you with your fucking weird accent.
Did a reaction video on him because he disagreed with a couple points on what Farfa actually said. Even though me myself
putting that boom on that mic there. Sorry,
I do agree with Farfa with 99% of.
Yeah, because you're a Farfa dick rider, you fucking idiot. Why would I listen to you? You're a Farfa fucking dick rider.
Everything he said.
Oh my god.
Has couple
Jesus Christ!
To go through. I did watch the video for 5 or 6 minutes. And yeah, there were some things interesting.
Some shite.
Loom is saying but I do want to react to that and have a brand new reaction to it.
Oh my
And
god.
give my insight on what Loom
This
is
this is a reaction to a response of a react.
about Farfetch'd
Can't beat
state.
it.
So let's
Okay, what the fuck's the weird fucking weeb fucking shit here? What's this fucking dress you have here? Is this for your girlfriend for your fucking roleplay, Loom? We need to know. Is this for your girlfriend the roleplay and probably fuck you? I have no idea,
let's
but
go right now and watch.
look at this fucking jacket that Loom has in here. Oh my god, look at all the fucking look at his consumer corner over here, fucking this guy. Look at Loom's fucking consumer corner. He's got like a whole fucking ass fucking collage of fucking comics that he probably doesn't read.
Farfa is wrong about
Or is that like wallpaper? Is that wallpaper? I feel like it's a collage. I think it might be wallpaper.
Duel Links video from Loom. If you haven't watched
Hey,
it,
there's the fire
link
truck.
it down below in the description if you haven't already. So let's
So
go
first things
and go.
first, if you've not yet seen
Oh my
Farfetch'd
God.
video on this subject, go ahead and watch it.
Okay, why the fuck do you have your fucking thing over here? Look at this. You couldn't just make this fucking smaller. You had to put your big ass fucking head here so it covers half the video. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Now,
And yeah, I will also link Farfa's video too.
seriously,
Yeah, let's see if he did it. Let's see if he actually did it. They did actually link it. He did do the correct things. Very good.
go and watch that video before watching this video. Otherwise,
And we're totally not gonna do that because they're all garbage. They're all slop channels, and we're here to roast the slop channels making the slop.
this video is going to make no sense
Fuck.
to you whatsoever, as the context definitely matters. This video is a direct response.
Oh my
to all the
god.
stuff individual talking points and segments of his video, and offering my criticisms as well as some stuff that I think he.
Look at this guy barely fucking listening. Okay, you can tell he's a dick rider of fucking Farfa. He loves Farfa. He wants to fuck him so bad.
Misrepresented, as well as some of my own.
Just
thoughts.
fuck already.
Currently, as someone that plays it very, very actively and does a ton of content on the game
6,000
currently.
hours.
Yeah, it's not a lot for Duel Links. It's kind of shit.
So I think I'm at the
Last thing
same.
before we get into the actual video, obviously don't go over to Farfa's video and just shit talk him in the comment section for his opinions or his thoughts on the game.
Yeah, just like you're doing over here, Mr. Farfa Dick Rider.
Everything he said in the video is completely valid, and most of it is really well researched. There were just a couple of things that I didn't quite agree with, and a couple of things I think he got wrong, so I just wanted to clarify
Couple things he got wrong. Okay.
them in this video.
Okay.
That's all. For the most part, it was way bigger than any of the
Decade.
others. Guns Blazing, I think, averaged between like 500 to 700-ish viewers, which is nowhere near the size of Decade at the time.
Only did content creation,
in the West.
and that's 100% facts. Like he carried. Loom maybe misunderstood that point.
Misunderstood. What do you mean? What do you mean he missed? Oh, let's go back here.
And
The card game.
Farfa, I think, misprepared one. So let's watch the video back, because I think he misunderstood.
Fuck.
Guns Blazing Twitch and Twitch viewership as a whole, this makes
Oh, you're right.
perfect segment.
Documentary in and of itself. But here's the problem I remember.
For the most part, this was a fine segment.
Like,
It did say this.
Defense impact on the Duel Links landscape could be a documentary in and of itself. But here's the problem I remember seeing with this. There was no one else really putting up these levels of numbers within the Duel Links space.
So if this comment was aimed at specifically Twitch and Twitch viewership as a whole, this makes perfect sense. Because as far as I can
Okay.
remember, there was only really a couple of Twitch.
yeah, but he's correct. Loom's correct.
There was Decade. There was.
I started if you fucking you ready to pause it, you bastard. You ready to pause it, you.
Man said decade. Decade.
And those are sort of the main ones. And even then, Decade was.
This is what we really tell with.
Guns Blazing, I think, averaged between like 500 to 700-ish viewers, which is nowhere near the size of Decade at the time. But if he's talking about YouTube or just content creators as a whole, this is completely inaccurate in just every means whatsoever. There were multiple content creators getting hundreds.
Look at this fucking like expression here. It's like, oh brother, this guy's fucking talking about YouTube. Farfa wasn't talking about YouTube. You misunderstood the question. Like, dude, like I already tell what this schmuck is gonna fucking say.
Thousands of views per
Yeah.
video. People like
I know where he's going, by the way, because I saw already the first 6 minutes. So he's talking. I think.
I've already seen the first 6 minutes, so you didn't really watch the Farfa video, basically.
think he's talking about making Duel Links content on YouTube, on Twitch, and I think he thought that Farfa was talking about literally only content creation. And I watched the video back because I think he misunderstood Farfa's point on that one. So
I don't think he misunderstand at all. I think you misunderstand Loom, sir.
let's go back on that video. I have Farfa's video open, by the way, because I was
Yeah, you didn't watch.
for the first 6 minutes. Let's go. And this is actually what Farfa, I think, meant when he only mentioned Decade. So let's go.
ECG player. As a population begging for a way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game online, Master Duel was surely going to be it. Did it hit the mark? Different video.
Don't care.
At the time, the biggest content creator for Duel Links was Decade, formerly Duel Links Meta, who, with no understatement, essentially carried the entire competitive landscape of
That's the sentence I think where Farfa is talking about.
Ah. Yeah, this guy's got a point. Sorry, my bad, my dude. I didn't let you finish. But yeah, basically, he said competitive content. So, Loom did actually misrepresent Farfa's video here, because if you look, right, if you look at Loom's clip, right, you look at Loom's clip, he says, you notice how he cut this out? The fucking snake Loom cut this shit out. You'll see it. Let me actually play the vid here. Yeah, I feel like yeah, he did cut that out. Hold on, he did cut that out. Hold on, did Loom cut that out? I think he did. Like, he did cut it out. What the fuck? I think he did cut that out. He did cut it out. Let me look. Stop. Shit. Stop. Loom. Let me just check. He did cut it out. He did cut it out. He did cut it out. He did fucking cut out this bastard. He cut it off.
So first things first, if you've not yet seen
Okay.
response to the Duel release,
I remember on the Duel Links.
this was a fine segment, but he did say this.
Decade's impact on the Duel Links landscape could be a documentary.
Right.
But here's the problem I remember seeing with this. There was no one else really putting up these levels of numbers within the Duel Links space.
So if this comment
Okay. That was very egregious of Loom. And yeah, this guy's actually right. Holy shit. This guy's actually correct. We detect the non-watcher. We detect the skimmer. Loom's a fucking skimmer. Skimmer motherfucking Loom. He skimmed. He skimmed.
He carried the competitive landscape. I don't think he was talking about content creation on its own.
Yeah, so this guy doesn't realize that when people make videos about this type of shit, they watch and talk about important bullet points. And the way Loom did it is that basically he kind of clickbaited, saying, "Oh, Farfa was wrong because he's a big creator." You know, they're both pretty big creators, and the fact that this motherfucker's pointing out that that this guy potentially didn't watch anything, which is kind of strange because you'd think that you'd be surprised. The way Loom cut it out was egregious. It was very egregious. It was very bad. He didn't misunderstood. What this guy did was he cut it out on purpose to make it seem like Farfa's wrong. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. These fucking guys. They do this shit all the time. Yeah, he cut out the thing. So what this? So we're gonna watch that again because he said, I want to make sure that so you know.
In and of itself. But here's the problem I remember seeing with this. There was no one else really putting up these levels of numbers within the Duel Links space.
So if
Now you notice that he immediately cut. This is an immediate cut, and this was done to misrepresent Farfa's point. This guy actually watched the thing. We're gonna see again what he said, just because I
So open
no.
links.
every means whatsoever, There were multiple content creators getting hundreds of thousands of views per
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, by the way, this is for the reaction channel.
I know where he's going, by the way, because I saw already the first 6 minutes. So he's talking. I think he's talking about making Duel Links content on YouTube, on Twitch, and I think he thought that Farfa was talking about literally only content creation.
Now, in theory, if he thought this, he would have probably had to skim the video or put on 2 times speed or 3 times speed or whatever have you, because I think Loom purposely misrepresented the guy or skimmed the video, because if he skimmed the video, if he didn't skim or didn't watch the whole thing, he would have probably not come to this conclusion. This guy apparently watched the whole thing. So this is a point for this TB Army at this point.
And I watched the video back because I think he misunderstood Farfa's point on
Yeah.
that one. So let's go back on
No. You're wrong. He didn't misunderstood. He directly, purposely cut that out. It's egregious.
video. I have Farfa's video open, by the way, because I was prepared for the first 6 minutes.
So by the way, this is actually the part that if you notice, this is the part he directly cut
Let's
out.
go. And this is actually what Farfa, I think, meant when he only...
Time
Okay.
for a way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game online, Master Duel was surely going to be it. Did it hit the mark?
Yeah, nah, it's alright.
Different video.
Oh,
At the
well.
time, the biggest content creator for Duel Links was Decade, formerly Duel Links Meta, who, with no understatement, essentially carried the entire competitive landscape of
You notice he said competitive landscape. This was something that this guy purposely cut out, which is very egregious. He didn't just misunderstood, he cut out his point completely. And I feel like this guy should put on the dress.
That's the sentence I think where Farfa is talking about. He carried the competitive landscape. I don't think he was talking about
Yeah,
content creation
King
on
not
its
skipper.
own. I think that's
Confirmed. This is not a skimmer. This is a listener in comprehension. He's done his homework.
a whole different topic. I think Farfa
Yeah, let's
is
go back.
talking only about the Duel Links
It's so
meta
stupid.
weeklies and all the MCSs that happened with Decade, because there were some big numbers on YouTube
Yeah.
and also on Twitch, and that's where
Yeah, Decade really did do a lot for this game.
misunderstood.
I didn't like him personally, but he did a lot.
Decade, formerly Duel Links Meta, who, with no understatement, essentially carried the entire competitive
He
landscape
did
of
definitely do that.
West.
I don't personally like
That's
him.
100% facts. Like, he carried the competitive landscape, indeed, playmaker.
Yeah, he's got like an entire website dedicated to hearing decks and stuff. Very knowledgeable player base that community's got. Probably one of the best fucking players. I competed one of these. I got completely destroyed first round. I had no chance. I was playing like I think I was playing I don't remember. I think I was playing either Amazon or For Hire or something like that. I got completely destroyed. I lost. I was dead. I couldn't beat anybody there. So this guy really does do some... As much as I hate the guy, I find him obnoxious. He did do a lot for the game.
Yu-Gi-Oh!, Loom, Guns Blazing, they all did great numbers, but they only did content creation on its own. So for competitive, I think he showed just a nice picture of it. The
No offense, Scott. You gotta put your
MCS
camera a little bit up there,
series.
dude. Come on,
I
bother
think
me.
Decade is the content creator that was showing off competitive plays in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Yeah, he did definitely
He's
do
big-
that.
He's also very big right now in Master Duel, because yeah, he's only doing competitive content.
Yeah, Grand
not
Her-
really like normal content, just playing decks and just having fun.
Yeah, I
and,
wanna interrupt
playing
this guy,
enemy
one
decks.
sec.
So he's going full competitive, and some here and there he will make some combo guides on big competitive meta decks.
Weekly.
Okay. So, this guy, Decade, this guy also put your camera, move your little layout over here, you fuckwit. Okay, anyways. Decade, so this guy basically does not run the website anymore. I'm pretty sure Grand Herdia runs it now, or is taken over. But there are people that have taken over, and a lot of Duel Links players have actually quit the game. Like a lot of the big, like some of the big guys quit. Like, hell, even Guns Blazing stopped playing. Yummy stopped playing. All the big people and some there's even some other channels that have like gotten like really big. A lot of big ones quit because the game's just so shit, egregious with the monetization crap.
Tournaments, meta breakdowns, deck profiles, all garnering millions of views.
And
Yeah.
that is where Farfa is Farfa is talking about. He's talking about the
Yes, I do play Duel Links. I quit, by the way, because the fucking thing was too much money for me to get back into. But I quit for 8 months, and then like the game's just a completely fucking different thing. And I was like, fuck this, I don't want to play. By which I've spent at least a grand total in like microtransactions in that game. Do I regret it? Oh, absolutely. If I can charge back them, I would charge back. I don't care if my account gets spammed. I would charge them back. If I could. If I was allowed to, I'd definitely charge them back. I would 100% do it. Fuck Konami. I would definitely charge them back. If I could.
competitive scene, not about content creation. That's a whole different subject. It's a whole different video, okay?
Arcade's impact on the Duel Links landscape could be
Yeah,
a
Duel Links
documentary in and of
sucks.
itself.
And that's facts. That could be a good
But
documentary.
here's the
So
Okay,
it's a whole different video, okay?
Arcade's impact on the Duel Links landscape could be a documentary in and of itself.
And that's facts. That could be a good
But
documentary.
here's the
So that
Oh
was
my
point
God.
about Loom's take on it, because Loom, I think he just misunderstood where Farfa was
No, sir. He misrepresented him intentionally to make clickbait. That's what he did.
coming from, because Farfa was talking about the competitive landscape, and I think Loom
And
was
shout outs to you, the slop channel that's reacting to the slop, pointing that out. Pretty based.
more aimed at the content creation itself, because all the players that he's showing right now.
Oh my God.
As Guns Blazing, Playmaker Yu-Gi-Oh! Where is it? I think here, yeah. He's gonna show it in a second.
Content creators
I will
as a
stop
whole,
and pause
this
there.
is completely inaccurate in just every means whatsoever.
You see, again, he completely represented Farfa. You can tell he fucking skimmed the video, and this guy's just roasting the fuck out of this guy. I love it.
There were multiple content creators getting
Pretty big balls for a less than 5k sub channel versus 100k.
That's his point. He's talking about pure content creation on hundreds and thousands of views on videos, and I think, yeah, Farfa. I'm not thinking. I'm pretty sure he was talking about
Guns
the
Blazing
competitive
had multiple
landscaping.
videos over 100k.
I mean, look at this. These are great numbers,
There
by the
was
way.
people like Yami Bakura doing roughly the same.
Yeah, that was also very good.
Playmaker was massive. He's done multiple channels that have been deleted now, all of which have gotten over 100.
Oh yeah, that's got. I gotta bring up some more on that. So basically, Playmaker was almost on over 100k subs. Konami actually nuked his channel as it was about to reach 100k. Egregious triple copyright strikes to the ban. He lost his entire channel and he had to make a new one. He got to 100k. So effectively, Playmaker's got 200k subscribers.
And even I had multiple videos getting well over 100k. So
Man, peak Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links 5 years.
Yeah, Duel Links is. I think Duel Links was bad. I think it was all right in 2020. That was a really good game. I played this like. I remember the Cyberstein bullshit. That was fucking stupid.
Years ago. But yeah, I think he just misunderstood Farfa's point. Farfa was
I
talking
don't
about
really
the
think this
all
is accurate.
competitive
There's plenty
landscape.
of content creators
Dude,
around. It's
life
just
cost zero, bro.
Into Twitch as well, I guess the TCG scene was, but plenty of content creators were around for Duel Links.
You could tell the fucking dismay from this guy. Oh, they had this fucker's voice.
The numbers.
The next segment was called The Numbers, in which he went through a whole bunch of numbers comparing Duel Links to Master Duel in terms of its Steam concurrent players and downloads each month.
This
Now,
video
I
is
have no
cooked.
issue with the Steam concurrent player stuff. That stuff all makes sense. It's super relevant. It's just completely accurate. My issue is with the mobile downloads portion. This stat is likely to be pretty fake.
This shit sucks.
Not fake in terms of the actual number is fake. In terms of what the number is.
Some context.
Okay, so there is a voice clip I want to use, and just because of his accent, I just want to, because it's got like no music in it. I want to use. Those are all pretty fake. I want to just use that clip from this video, from Loom's video, because I want to just steal that clip and just use it and edit it down to like have like a little fucking like little thing. You know when you cut out you green screen a video and it like has like the thing. I want to green screen that and say this is pretty. The numbers are pretty fake. I just want to green screen that and use it for like an edit. I'll be right back. I gotta get some water. I have it. I've had it in the freezer for like almost an hour now. I gotta go grab it before it like turns into an icicle. So I'll be right back. Oh. Freezer water. All right, yeah. So the reason why I want to react to this one specifically because I do play this game and I do feel a lot of passion for this game. Duel Links has been on a decline for like a while. Like it's been on a significant decline in players. Let's go back to it, shall we?
Forfa did show the mobile downloads. I think it was
So good.
100k downloads this year, and Master Duel had like 200k downloads. So it was just literally half of Master Duel's downloads. And yeah, so Forfa I think thought that if there's 100 downloads, that means there were literally 100,000 players opening the game and trying Duel Links. So I think that was
To be
a very
fair-
good point of Loom. So I do agree with him here right now. Where yeah, Farfa is just wrong on that part. Because if you download
Well, to be fair on Farfa, mobile downloads are mobile data is really hard to get because it's to my knowledge it's under extreme lock and key. And I think it's really hard to say, oh, this is here, per se. It's really hard to track mobile downloads from what I understand. I know there are specific websites, but I know I'm not very web literate, so it's really sometimes hard for me to. I'm not very knowledgeable in a lot of aspects of that. So this guy, I just have to take both their words for it.
let's say from advertisement or anything else,
Uh.
that doesn't mean you open the app. So yeah.
Representing and the conclusions you draw from it. The amount of downloads
Okay.
doesn't equal the amount of people that actually open the app. The reason I bring this up is
Yep.
a few years ago,
Yep, he's
on
correct.
Reddit, someone came along and posted a whole bunch of download data in regards to Duel Links. Now, this is before Master was released, so a whole lot of this data...
Yeah, so basically the download data, when you say, 1 million downloads, it means people installed it on their phone. It doesn't mean they played it. And I think that's a lot of companies, it has 1 million downloads. Yeah, they just downloaded it, probably never opened the app or did it for a benefit or something.
really relevant nowadays,
Mhm.
but one particular stat on here does show why this download number is a little bit fake. And that is, at that time, 25,000 people were downloading the app every single day, but only 12% of them on Android and 5% of them on iOS would ever actually open the app. I
Yeah.
don't know why this is the
That's a
case.
small
I
number,
don't know
by the
where
way.
these downloads are coming from, but for some reason, the game is...
Yeah, they're coming from BlueStack because BlueStacks can emulate Android. It's not because fun fact, when Guns Blazing originally started streaming the game, I'm pretty sure he streamed on mobile prior to Steam release of the game. So that's a funny little fact because Gun Blazing, I think he either had like a mobile, he had like a way to capture his phone, or he had BlueStacks, which is most likely what he probably used. But I'm not sure how old BlueStacks is, or if it was available during the 2017 when Duel Links came out. Which would be actually crazy if it did, but yeah. BlueStacks is now more buggy than ever. It's really bad, but pretty much like BlueStacks has just been one of those. Because that's probably where all the downloads are coming from. People downloading it on a computer and emulating the Android.
It's downloaded a buttload, but isn't actually ever opened. Yeah, I don't know why this is. Maybe someone can provide, someone that's in the industry can provide some further context in the comments or something as to why this might be the case or potential reasons it might be the case. But
Yeah, because people play it on BlueStack.
Isn't really accurate or just doesn't really show off what the game is actually experiencing.
I think he's right on that part. So let's just skip on the next part because I think there was a bit more.
Curious as to what's going on with the game currently.
Here it is. Where is Duel Links today?
This next segment was basically dedicated to talking about skills, and whilst it wasn't technically factually inaccurate or anything, I just think it was framed quite poorly. The reason for this is he brings up this talking point.
Well, skills used to be a nice little bonus in your deck years ago, just a way to help you get back into the game with something like Destiny Draw or...
Oh yeah, and last fucking gamble, I want to bring up this point because Farfa never brought it up. So there was a niche deck in Duel Links where you'd basically like... So back then, when Last Gamble was actually viable, and what we would do is you discard 2 cards, you'd roll a dice, and you'd roll a number 1 through 6, and depending on what you got, you would draw the number of cards rolled on the dice. Rolled 1, you draw 1 card, and if you rolled a 2, you draw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just a number on the dice. So basically, you would roll to get huge advantage. Unfortunately, this skill has been absolutely fucking gutted out the ass, and it doesn't work anymore as it used to. Kind of sad, kind of cringe that they don't make buffs to these skills that really need them old skills. I love me some Last Gamble niche decks.
Seal off your opponent's grave for a turn. Many of these skills have become deciding game pieces that are mandatory uses for the competitive viability of so many decks.
I
Yeah.
hear this sentiment a lot from players. It might even be one of the biggest complaints I see a lot. People saying in the past, we used to use skills like balance or destiny.
Yeah, so before we get to that, I want to explain another thing what this complaint is about before he goes on to his point. Because I have a big annoyance with skills. I mean, I'm okay with consistency skills. And the skills have gotten completely out of hand. Basically, effectively just shaping a deck. Skills used to kind of assist or like... But now skills are more a building block to the deck. Which is what really a lot of people are complaining about. It's more than just a consistency skill. It's a building block to the entire purpose of the deck's existence. And I think that's the big problem that me and a lot of players have. Is that the skill, so like, let's say, it doesn't just add a card. It does a bunch of different things that... And that's what a lot of people argue about. Just press the yellow button, bro. And I think that's the biggest fucking problem with Duel Links. Is these skills just are so overpowered that if you don't... You can't just build a funny meme deck, you know, because you can't really get far with a funny meme deck with Draw Sense Dark. Like, it's just not gonna work, bro. Like, buff that skill so you lose 1,000, then you can just draw the card right away. Why make these skills so they're good? Like, you have all these other broken ass skills in the game that are so fucking OP. Like the thing is, this guy doesn't even fucking mention the Despia skill, which is egregious. He mentions the Chimera one as an example.
Draw these like really basic skills, and now we use all these broken, convoluted skills that just break archetypes.
Yes, because these archetypes are dog shit and they fucking need them. But here's my problem with all that shit, though. My argument is that the skills just are... Like, make all the skills good, then. Like, why do you have all these fucking legacy skills that you don't even fucking use? That's my main issue, is these skills over-essentialize and or are necessary for these decks to function. And there are no formats that restrict using these skills either. And I think that's a lot of the people's problem, is there's just not really... I mean, aside from like legacy duels or something like that, but there isn't really a format that really makes this good.
And whilst what he's saying isn't necessarily false, it just kind of it's framed really badly from the perspective of someone
sorry, I need water.
returning player who's coming back after leaving around about the time Master Duel released till now. So the point of this video is to show off sort of what happens or what Duel Links is like today compared to what it was like when people played the game, when it was at its peak.
Yeah.
By the way, I agree and disagree with Loom here. I think Loom is talking about the players that came back, if they come back from Master Duel to Duel Links, how Duel Links is right now.
I'm about to finish.
I think Farfa
two
spoke
cents.
on Duel Links like 4, 5, 6 years ago. So where players just came in, 2 years later, stopped the game. 1 year later, 2 years later, Master Duel really got released and they're starting to play Master Duel. Indeed, then Farfa is right. Destiny Draw, Seal Tombs, there were some pretty cool skills and not relevant today. And I think Loom right now is talking about the existing players on Duel Links the whole time until Master Duel's release, and they left Duel Links, and then what if they come back? That it was like all about Destiny Draw and Seal Tombs, because that was wrong, because there were actually skills, broken skills,
Like Last Gamble.
on the time when Master Duel got released. So I think that's where he's going
When
right
Duel
now.
Links at its peak, it wasn't like there weren't skills like this already. Things like Clock of Destiny, Shooting Star
Yeah.
Road.
Dude, I remember those skills. Those are pretty cool. I like those skills. They made those decks, like, they made it pretty cool to summon your big boss monster. See, those skills I don't mind. They're not as egregious as the other ones.
I'm talking
Demon's
about.
Resonance.
And that's
Okay, I like this skill a lot because I'm a big Resonator guy. The fact that you only need one of these fuckers in your deck is really nice. The fact that you can just add it there automatically, which is a really cool idea. And it allows you to add more extra deck pieces to the deck so that we can put more and more. Because, so as you know, Resonator is a very synchro based deck where you do a bunch of tuners, you do a bunch of combo plays. But the main problem with the deck was that it relied so much on getting this guy out. So if they just stopped this guy, you were kind of fucked. And that's kind of the problem with it, because like Effect Failure just screws this thing over so much. And you know, they're doing this deck now with this skill would just be bad.
That's where also DK still made content about Duel Links. That was before
Oh yeah, and also before they changed the skill, you could summon any guy with the skill, but now you can only use Dark Dragon monsters specifically. I might go back and like get the cards and probably like remake the deck, because I probably could. I just need like the good synchro monsters. But like I said, I'm on Linux now, and Steam has been utter dog shit on it. So I haven't unable to play most of my Steam games, like Duel Links. Like you can play UFO and stuff on it. Like some game, like a lot of games work. It just like a lot of the ones that require like, you know, like I'm trying to think what the word. It requires a lot of, like I wanted to play the Weeb horse game, but I couldn't play it. And by the way, my time on it is accurate because most of the thing was just the game just freezing and crashing, the game being open. So that's kind of egregious, but you know.
Master Duel.
All these skills with tons and tons and tons of text that just took over the game for a bit and ended up being really relevant meta decks that just warped archetypes. Duel Links has always had these skills. It's not like this was like a new thing that's only happened recently in Duel Links. We've always sort of had these skills. Even as far back as the literal start of the game. Basically whenever the fusion stuff was added, whenever Zane was added to the game, we had Cyber Style. People that played
Oh, fuck this skill. Okay. So, I need to elaborate this skill. This is a skill that I think this is a time where I sort of like took a break from dueling. So basically, what people would do is, if they went second, what you would do is that you would use, there are the cards that like have your life points. If you use cards in the grave, in the field, and the graveyard used for field effects, but people actually used it to lower their life points on purpose. And they also have cards like Cosmic Cyclone to purposely lower their life points to like take 3,000 life points off of their own health. life points in the game, and then you activate it effectively just gives these fucking free bodies. So like you can activate 2 Cosmic Cyclones, and then you would get a couple bodies on the field, and you can use them for tributes. You can use them for whatever you wanted effectively. And what people would do is they'd use it in the deck with UA, which is a deck that requires tributes. They'd use a Cosmic Cyclone, they'd activate the skill, they'd get the guy, and then use it for a tribute. They also used it for other shit. Like, they'd use it for tributes to get a guy out or whatever, some stupid card. That's kind of what they did with this. And that's why they had to change it. So you can only use it with fusion-related stuff. Because it was basically like people relied on the skill just to use it in other things, which wasn't the intention of the skill. They used it for the free body. You could, like, if this skill the way it was, people would still fucking use it, despite all the power creep, because you could use it. If this skill was like this and not nerfed, what people would do is they'd use it for a bunch of Link plays. They'd use it for fucking Link shit. They'd use it for Link play. Yeah, it's really egregious.
Back then, they'll know how broken that skill was. Just putting.
And by the way, this skill took a long ass time to fucking nerf. I'm pretty sure it was at least 8 months to a year. I may be wrong on that. Maybe somebody can correct me in the YouTube comments when this video goes on the reaction channel, or if I decide to post the whole stream here on YouTube. But the whole thing with this fucking skill, I believe it took a long time to nerf as well.
3 dudes on the field for free?
That was broken. He's correct. There was one skill, and that was Cyber Dragon. The Cyber Dragon for get triple protos by if your life points is at 1,000, I think. Yeah. Then you get, for each 1,000 you lose, you have 1 additional proto Cyber Dragon on your field from outside your deck. But the thing is skills were still different, because we're talking about not one specific case. We're talking about the whole landscape. Because skills these days.
Absolutely, yes.
Dragon was a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That was doing very well without a skill, or even with a skill that does push the deck for 10%.
Yes.
About, like,
yes, he's right.
Saber Invoked.
100%.
Saber Invoked, Kristrons, Shiranui. These are all examples where they really didn't need a skill, but they still did to push the deck for like let's say 10-20%. But it did not make the deck, because decks right now, you really need a skill to be competitive. And
yes,
then that wasn't the case. So
yes, this guy is 100% right. And I can tell you I've gotten like to Legend 1 without a skill. I can tell you that.
So you could have still surprised your opponent with Destiny Draw if you were playing Yami-Yugi. Or you could just... I remember there was a day with Saber Invoked where players were scared to reduce you below 1,000 or 2,000. If it was below, no, 1,500. Because if you were below 1,500, yeah, that was the big question: is he using the search a spellcaster? So where you go for an invoker, right? Yeah, invoker.
Yeah, and you can also use this for like, yeah. I remember that so much. I remember that. Because you didn't want to you wanted to KO him in one shot, because if you didn't do that, you wanted to KO, we wanted to push for game. And what players would have in their invoked deck and whatever, because basically you just search an Alistair and then you normal summon it and then you like add the invoke, then you just kill you. Just kill you outright. And that's kind of what they did. And because they did that, you didn't want to kill them in one turn. You had to kill them in one turn or just do a little damage. Then but if you didn't set any back or have any like Kite Roid or Spear Karibo at the time. Yes, Spear Karibo was used back then. But now Kite Roid is just overall a better pick. It's strange to think that Spear Karibo is power crept. It's kind of a weird feeling to me. It kind of has a sad feeling in my heart. I like Spear Karibo. I spent a lot of money trying to get those fucking things.
Or are you playing Destiny Draw? And I knew players back then were literally guessing. So
Oh yeah, let's not forget the fucking Kaiba Court bling. Where basically back then, if you had, they changed the skill completely. So back then, if you had prismatic or glossy cards, you would draw them. So basically, what people would do with that Kaiba Court bling skill is they'd filter out like certain pieces. They'd get a bunch of prismatic / glossy cores, and they'd use Kokamira. So effectively, they just continue always have their core. They'd reduce their life points to 2,000. Then they would draw the fucking core. Get their points reduction down to 2K. Actually, I think it was 1,000 points. I think at one point, I think they even nerfed the skill prior to that. I think there was even a more broken effect. I might be wrong. Maybe comment down. But basically, they had the skill where, like, if you lost 1,000, you could draw a prismatic card. You could draw a prismatic / glossy card. Any glossy or prismatic card. So basically, these rarities are only possible if you. It's by chance. So like, people would spend hundreds of dollars to get glossy or prismatic cores. And the thing is, this is an SR card in a box. This isn't exactly something you could just get easily. And some people will go make on Smurfs and upon Smurf accounts just to make the shit work. So yeah, that's a little fun fact for you. I'm pretty sure that, and then they think they nerfed it to 2,000, but even then it still saw play. But then they nerfed it again, removed that effect of the prismatic thing, and made it to, I guess, have blood or something. I don't know. It was something like shitty.
sometimes they did push for some crazy damage, like let's say 1,700, 1,800, so they have 1,500 less to activate the skill to search a spellcaster.
Yeah, so before we finish, so this is for the Invoke play, that's what he's going to say. But yeah, also, the Kaiba Court Bling skill was so over-centralizing and broken that it's why people called it pay to win back then. It's not as egregious like that anymore, but it's still expensive to play. But the fact that you could just draw any card you wanted by reducing your life points to 1,000. I think it was 1,000. I think it was even 1,000, but yeah, I think it was 1,000 when I remember that specifically. It was 1,000 when it first came out. Really fucking egregious. Fucking hell. Like, I hate that fact that it was a fucking 1,000. And then you can activate a Cosmic Cyclone. Next turn, fucking draw your fucking glossy, whatever the fuck you needed. Your fucking core piece of the deck. It was so annoying. I hated it. It's why I never competed that era. God bless those people that compete that era. It was so fucking stupid. Yeah, but like the thing is, even that, it was just a follow-up play. But what people did was they draw. I'm not sure if you know the deck called Kokai Miru. And if you don't have these diamond cores, you can't play. Your monsters just get destroyed. And a deck like that where you could just push for game, pop monsters and traps. It was just a really strong deck back then. It was used in that deck specifically. That's the specific instance I remember it used. But again, it's 1,000 light points that you lose. And it's so easy to lose 1,000 light points. There's like a card that you ruse back row for 1,000 for a cost of 1,000, and then next turn you can follow up with that skill. You have Wall of D and different things like that. That's of course when the game actually had more trap and spell interaction.
Or they risked not to push that hard because they were scared you were playing that spellcaster skill. So
Yeah, you had to do that, and it sucked.
It was a way different timeline.
Yeah, and it sucked.
About skills, not like today, because today we have so much more for skills. And not, okay, he's taking a specific skill right now. He's talking about Proto Cyber Dragon. That was absolutely insane. You could OTK your opponent in one go.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't even bring up the Kaiba Court Bling.
Skills back then were a bit more healthy. And yeah, it was all about reducing your life points.
Yeah, nobody remembers Kaiba Court Bling, bro. People forget about that.
and
The
now
fucking
skills don't
egregious
do that
skills.
anymore. What I do like is about to go second skill though, because yeah, Duel Links is the only format where going second is sometimes even better.
Yeah, because if you go second to Duel Links, there's no main phase 2 in this game. In Duel Links, it's just battle phase and turn. There's no main phase 2. And when you, because in the first turn, you can't really attack first turn. You know, in any Yu-Gi-Oh! But like obviously in Duel Links, you can only summon a guy, do a few things, set a few background, that's it. But in Duel Links on the second turn, you could do everything, attack and commit do everything, including battle. And the fact that you have a turn 2 is really strong. And any deck could just remove everything from the game. There was a deck, a Cyberstein deck. They had to ban it. They had to ban it and nerf the fucking skill to Oblivion. Because you could just spam life cost 0, because once you got down to a certain threshold, you just spam life cost 0, just get a bunch of guys and kill everybody. So stupid.
So it gives you that additional boost. So
Broke
that's it.
the game in so many different ways, it was ridiculous. So I don't think it's fair to just say, like, Duel Links is now this. We've never really had broken skills until now. That's not really the case.
That is the case. That is the case. I do not agree with him right now. That is a bit the case. You cannot take one deck and make that a whole example of it on how Duel Links was back then. Because I remember Invoker, Shiranui, Chris-Trons. You could have played Chris-Trons with Labyrinth Builder. You could have played Chris-Trons with the Sea Stealth Attack build. There's so many more ways to play Duel Links, a certain deck in Duel Links. And yeah, he's taking that one specific example, and that is Cyber Dragon. And although he is right, that was pretty broken. So
Yes, we were using Destiny Draw
Yeah.
in the past, but we've always sort
and they instant nerfed it, by the way. That was like maybe like one format or two formats, and they instantly.
No, it was not 1 or 2 formats. I'm pretty sure it was like 8 months or something. I think this guy is wrong. At least to my knowledge, I think it was like easily 8 months. Unless it felt like at least it was 8 months. That's why I never fucking climbed, because it was so bad to climb back. Because if you didn't have like, if you didn't like at the time, I usually just bought whatever I wanted, just had fun, and just bought decks I enjoyed. I was like a pure E hero player. I like to, and those are garbage. Really, don't play pure E hero. Just do all the heroes. Just don't do that. What I did. Just play pure hero. Don't have a specific hero unless you're doing D hero, which is better for that specific instance. But yeah, it's unfortunate that
Nerfed that thing.
of used broken ass skills that have warped archetypes. That's how the game has always been. Now, for my own
No, again.
what did he say? I didn't hear it.
Nerfed that thing.
of used broken ass skills that have warped archetypes. That's how the game has always been. Now, for my own
No, again.
Yeah, yeah, this guy. No, that's not how it is. You know, it's funny. People worship this guy and watch this guy here because they, you know. Yeah.
It has been sometimes some
Wow.
special cases like the Cyber Dragon, but not in the overall landscape of all skills in Duel Links. I do disagree here.
personal take on skills, I've always been a massive defender of modern day skills.
Yeah, and you're part of the problem. Fuck you, Loom. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
There are obviously a bunch of skills that go a bit too overboard and stuff I don't personally like. For example, I really hated the Predaplant and the Hero skill, but
That is stupid. Like,
Yeah, I agree with Loom here. All joke aside, I do agree with this guy here for the fact that, yeah, I don't mind them. I don't personally care because I can buy a deck or play a deck and make it viable with a skill. I don't really mind that, but when it's egregious like this, like he was saying,
having no respond on a skill is crazy.
both of which sort of
Yeah.
act as
You and a super poly.
unrespondable kaiju or unrespondable super play to the hand at the start of the game.
Yep.
Well, you can't respond to it because they activate the skill. You can't respond to that.
So for those that don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh, there are these cards called terminology people use as kaijus. An example of them, the term kaiju means any but thing you can tribute. It comes to the name of the archetype where you tribute the opponent's monsters and special summon them. And you know, when you tribute an opponent's monster, you can't exactly respond to that. And then what they would do is they tribute their kaiju. distribute their monsters for kaiju. And then what Predator Plant would do is they'd super poly using those kaijus and then just push for game, creating an unresponsive way to play against them. So that's really what he's talking about. And that's really fucking broken. And what was I saying about the thing? Yeah. Yeah, that's stupid.
Add the card to hand, use it instantly, and all of a sudden, well, your field's deleted and you got no response window to do anything.
Oh yeah, the fucking skill where like you could use set a trap card, then activate it right away. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
I really disliked that.
Indeed.
But in general, I really like skills as a
I
whole, and I
100%
feel like
agree.
they are just a massive net positive to the game. One of the main reasons for this is there are a lot of art types that are added to the game, and
Yeah, that are just trash. They're all trash. Yeah, got the skill.
Somewhat a relevant art type or multiple relevant new art types that want you to actually play the game. Because although they might not be meta relevant, they're all decent enough where you can climb ranked ladders with them and have fun with them. Something that happens in the
Yeah, he's
I
right.
agree with him here, but I also disagree because sometimes.
Yep.
I do like the part about skills that makes anime decks and decks that were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Do you know if the Yu-Gi-Oh what is it called? I have it. Early Days Collection. Do you know if it actually got more games you can play online, or is it just the fucking one? Because I do want to play some. I want to do some Yu-Gi-Oh! Old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Games with some viewers. I want to kind of try and do that. But the problem is net play is dog shit, and I don't want to. Net play is garbage. And I wanted to do some net play sessions where I can. But I want to play the Early Days Collection. But there is one deck I can play that I can probably use. But what's nice is the cheats can get you the cards you need, so you could just like get everything right away. But I do want to play some PvP with those games. Do you know if any of them got updates to where they can play? It sucks. Like they said they were gonna update it. Hopefully they update it because I want to play Stairway with some people, bro. I really want to play Stairway with some people. I want to play Stairway of the Destiny Duel with some people. You know, with a limited list, obviously. But I do want to play Stairway at some point with people. I would love to play that with people. Because I would love to build some, like, good stuff decks again. I love good stuff.
Not good in the TCG and the OCG, and you can make them very, very good in Duel Links with skills. So I do like that part. Like the Black Luster Soldier is a great example. But there is ways.
Okay, hot take. I like having the play of setting and passing, and playing like a chess like Yu-Gi-Oh. I like that. Maybe I'm stupid for liking that, but I kind of like that slow like play chess, respect spells and trap, respect heavy storm, respect this different stuff. Like I'd like that. I like having specific arbitrary cards that negate and destroy like Harpy's Feather Duster. I kind of like that old school kind of thing. Making answers to common cards. I think that's a unique thing.
Where how
Sadly, it's
every
not being
single
used.
box always outperforms the previous box. You know what? You know, guys, where I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I exactly know what this motherfucker's talking about. So basically, you'd buy a deck, right? You buy a deck at the whatever you're playing at that time, current box. Let's say it's Despia, and then the next big box they make is power creeps the fuck out of the next box. I hate that shit because it makes you buy the new shit, and I hate that. Can we not do that? And I get the game needs to make a lot of money, but come on, bro. Like, not everybody's gonna buy the cute little Chimera archetype and use it. Do one box. Like, that's a joke, right? Like, that's not like, huh? Like, I hate when boxes get power crept. That sucks. I hate that shit. I really do.
About I know where I'm going, right? Like, you invested in a box, you spared like let's say 10,000 gems or even more. You invested, and literally the month after, there's a new box, and every archetype in the new box outperforms the previous box, and that is something that I don't really like, because Duel Links is very grindy in time if you need gems. And that is the one thing I do dislike. I remember the time back then in Duel Links, new boxes came out, and still Crystron was the better deck. Still Invoker was the better deck. The previous boxes were still a tiny bit better sometimes, not always, but still.
Yeah, by the way, I'll probably be able to stream longer today instead of like the 5 and 3. I'll probably be able to do like till 4 or 5. So because my guy's gonna be late today.
Sometimes. And yeah, and this was, and right now it's not the case. If you have a new box, it's pretty much meta.
Yeah, and that specifically, I do not fucking like. That's my biggest problem with the game right now. The thing is, these boxes come out a month, they come out 2 months. It's like they're not giving the new boxes enough time to flourish.
Right? And the previous box does not do that much. But Shadows is something else. Let's go.
TCG and in Master
Oh my God.
These archetypes are released, and no one really cares about them, or just ignore.
Shadows is a special case because they release a skill again, like 2 different new skills.
Yeah.
It's not specific a new box. It was just the skill is outperforming the others, the new box. So
To just push to the side because, well,
that's something
they just
else.
don't do very much.
Yeah.
They're just nowhere near decent enough to climb anything or play around with. They're just really, really bad. Where in Duel Links, that doesn't happen as
Oh my
often.
God.
Yes, there are some archetypes released, like, unfortunately, the one Farther was playing, which is Adamantipator, which doesn't turn out to be very good and just doesn't have a skill for it, and just doesn't feel that great.
And still cockable. I do agree here, but that's the thing, is like you need a skill to be meta. It's
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I think needing a skill is not a healthy game at all. I really don't like the fact that this skill is needed to play. That's not good.
that's where we're at right now. You really need a skill to be meta. So that's unfortunate.
But in general, every single new box has a bunch of archetypes, and most of them are playable and somewhat decent, maybe not meta relevant, but decent to an extent, and fixes a lot of problems they had with the TCG parts where they just didn't work very well. When they got released in Duel Links, the skills fixed them and made them playable, and all of a
That's
sudden
true.
this
That's true.
anime-focused art...
Okay. Okay, we need to look at this sidebar real quick. The sad decline of Duel Links. South Park just rage baited us. The U.S. government again. Love Island stars legally cooked. When players think they know more than the judge. Make America healthy again. Teen buys fake cop car that gets pulled over by real cops. I gotta admit, that sounds fucking interesting. I gotta admit, as much as that sounds stupid, it's like, how the fuck is a teen affording that? How are they affording? Who's funding them? Destiny? Aspen? Who's funding this teenager? Did Aspen finally have a kid and just time warped him to 13? What happened? Then we have War of the Worlds 2025, greatest film of all time. My experience with the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG right now. An Avatar Safe Standard. Magic the Gathering Goldfish podcast. These cards are powerful Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Like, look at this sidebar! It's so bad! Anyway, that's this little side. You want to watch World of War? I'll watch that. I'll definitely watch it. It's like a fucking review. See, this is slop. It's what I yearn for.
I'm thinking about Gemini. I'm thinking about battling boxers. I'm thinking about all these crazy archetypes that did nothing in the TCG and the OCG and does a lot.
Yeah, that's where kind of Duel Links shines. It's giving these anime archetypes really some power. I'll give a great example of that. Like Yamayuki, when Dark Magician was meta. Fun fact. Dark Magician was a tier 1 deck at one point in this game. Just a fun fact for you. It was tiered. It was actually, I think it was tier 2 or like tier 3 or tier 1 or something. I don't remember. One of them. But there was a time where Dark Magician was a tier 1 or something deck. I remember it being tier 1. And Blue Eyes actually outclassing it because of its support and the skill. Just a little fun fact for you. Oh yeah, remember back in the day there was a beatdown skill where you just spam Red Eyes and kill? Red Eyes used to be meta. Like, it used to be like a broken deck because you couldn't obtain the cards normally. And you had to like be a part of this event specifically. And if you didn't have those event cards, they didn't have the cards. And it was so bad. It took a limited, and then that wasn't enough. And then there was a time where the reason why Champion Vigilance is at 1 is specifically for that deck in particular. This is a little fun fact.
In Duel Links. So yeah, Duel Links has a special place in Yu-Gi-Oh where
I think I did take a big hiatus in Red Eyes' meta.
Looked like they were just really, really fun. But
I came back during Amazon, which was probably the worst decision I've ever made.
And I love that about the game.
yeah, me too.
Skills also
I 100%
remove one
agree
of
here.
the really cringe factors about any card game, but specifically manaless ones, and that is brick hands. In a mana game like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering or something, if you don't open a 1 or 2 drop, a lot of the time you can.
The thing is, he's right now talking about Farfa's points, because I don't think Farfa was talking about these kind of things, and I think he's just giving his extra opinions right now, so I don't think it's about Farfa right now. But yeah, let's hear him out.
Sort of play your way back into the game. It's not as important to have those 1 or 2 drops. Maybe in modern day Magic it kind of is, but at least in Hearthstone, if you don't open a 1 or 2 drop, a lot of the time you can get away with it and just
Hearthstone sucks dick, so why even bringing that up?
Sort of play the game as normal and draw into your 3 and 4 drops and your board wipes and all that kind of stuff. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, if you miss your first turn play, that's it. You do not get another turn. Your first turn is
because they'll 1 turn kill you, exactly.
Majority portion of the game. So if you don't open your starter monster, that's it. The game's over. And what's
As someone who plays TCG, I can show it right now. I'm playing Vanquish Soul K9. I'm playing also Draco Tales. I agree and disagree here.
Agree and disagree. First of all, you said TCG, so that automatically disqualifies your point. Because in Duel Links you have 4,000 life points, and in TCG you have 8,000. Where the fuck is your point coming from, sir?
Because you can still brick and still make a great comeback. It depends on the hand traps you have.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with TCG. This is a fucking porn. I'm gonna skip this part.
paired up against your opponent's deck, and it's just which art type.
You brick, that means you have like crazy things to stop your opponent.
And one final stuff, it's not just, hey, I opened a starter monster.
Yeah, that point just pissed me off. It's like, I'm not going to watch that part.
And you didn't, so you concede. It actually just eliminates that completely and just becomes whose strategy is the best, which is awesome. And one final thing I wanted to mention with skills, that's something
that is right. I think that point is
oh my god.
Do put a lot of effort into like having consistency in your deck, and that's something that is very important in Duel Links. I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh, sorry. Because yeah, sometimes you do brick, and yeah, you want to play the Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And a skill can help you to unbrick your brick. So
Farfa might not have noticed, or new people coming back to the game might have not have noticed yet. And that is, in recent years, Konami's been adding this little line of text to most new modern-day skills, and that is, if you go second, here's a nice little bonus. Whether that be you start with a monster on the field, or you start with an...
Okay, I'm gonna skip. I think I'm done watching this, but basically, yeah, that's pretty much a synopsis on that, because... But like I said, I'm gonna chop this down in like 15 minutes and put it on the reaction channel. So thank you all for watching this, and I'll see y'all later.